The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. I'm murderous. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing.
Tout le monde haïtien, como ye. God save the Queen.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and I'm also a member of the Catholic Christian community in the Bahamas. My spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is here with me. Bradley, how are you?
I'm doing great, Mr. Monker. All is well.
All is not well, my spiritual advisor, as it appears that my people, my government, the Negro people, and the Negro government is unaware of the importance of tourism in the Bahamas. Today, a staff employed on Bay Street summons me to the island's main street, and I was directed to drive north along Charlotte Street from Shirley Street and turn east onto Bay Street and stick to the southern side. And I did, and I observed as I park my private vehicle in the taxi stand. And guess what I got? A shock of my life. Nani is flowing on the southern side of Bay Street, starting from the junction of Charlotte Street and heading east for about 100 feet. My God, as I inspected and took photographs, the white people from America seems to have been trying to figure out where the stench come from. And you know what kind of Negro I am? I said to them, that's Nani. And they didn't understand what I meant. It's almost humorous. You mean to tell me Romy, who's in charge of the environment, doesn't have the brain power to clear up the Nani? You mean to tell me? And for those of you around the world who's wondering what I mean by Nani, I'm talking about human feces flowing on the main street. Lord Jesus, I bring my Negro government before you. Teach them sense and wisdom so that they would learn that it is important to manage the affairs of state as opposed to pursuing the witch hunt. As they do witch hunting, Nani, human sewage, flows on the southern side of Bay Street. Goodness of mercy. I wonder if it would be a sin for me to say that the FNM is nasty. I think I'm going to say it. Man, y'all are nasty? You all ain't seen Nani flowing? You mean to tell me you can't find nobody to get a big hose? Well, send the fire engine and let them flow the place down. Goodness of mercy. I don't know what I can do with the Negro people. I just don't know. Nani. Nani! Human face, feces,
Right.
is flowing, and there's no one to inspect it and to clean it up.
Why you just didn't say that in the first place?
It is
Human
horrible. It's horrible, my spiritual advisor. Nani, flowing in the capital of tourism in the Bahamas. Don Nasty. I'll be right back to veil y'all backside.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Freedom March. And my name is Rodney Monker. I'm joined by my spiritual advisor. There's so many things on my mind. My spiritual advisor, please say a small prayer for us and the nation.
The country.
Yes.
The Bahamas.
Yes, my spiritual advisor.
Let's pray briefly. Father in heaven, we are once again thankful to you for such a beautiful country we call the Bahamas, dear God. Father, we are thankful that you have blessed us with this beautiful land. Father, continue to help us to build this country into a wonderful nation and a country that you would be pleased of. In Christ Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I welcome everyone who is joining us here on ILTV. This is Freedom March, in which we are streaming on ILTV Studios Facebook page, and I'm sharing it on my Facebook page, Rodney Monker, so you can go there and view the live streaming. Today, I happen to be in the southern part of the island when I receive a call from a Negro worker employed on Main Bay Street in the city of Nassau, in the island of New Providence, in the capital of tourism. And I was reluctant, but she insisted that there was sewer flowing. And she said, Mr. Monker, I need you to come. It's unbearable. We're now organizing to get a young man to go with bleach and douse it. And then it's affecting our business. You know, the tourists, them up and down. So I decided, I had a good friend with me, and I said, listen, let's go downtown, because I can't believe that this government, which is led by some of the most sophisticated Negroes, these are high-class Negroes. They got everything. They got education, money, class, and some of them even got curly hair. So these are sophisticated people. And when I got downtown, the sewer was flowing on the southern side of Bay Street. And then I began to talk with a Negro taxi driver. And he said, man, Monka, I don't know what to do. It's right here. See all of that there? That is sewer. Took out my smartphone. I began to take a little picture. And the tourists, they were passing. And as I was taking the picture, they wanted to get on the side. I said, no, tourists, I need you all to stay there where the nanny is. They said, nanny, as they look around for a tutor. I said, nanny is the colloquial expression for sewage. So when you get back to America, I want you to write the Minister of Tourism. I want you to write the Prime Minister, right? And I want you to start off by saying that you didn't know that the main street had sewer. You tell them, all right? They look at me and they smile. I said, listen, I want you to write them, all right? Write them because they're nasty, all right? So now, I appeal to the Prime Minister. Come on, you know what all disease nannies give you? Nanny, it causes cholera. It gives you germs. Some people say you could catch the E. coli bacteria, meningitis, Shigella, that's capital S-I-G-E-L-L-A, and salmonella.
That's correct, yeah.
My spiritual advisor, you went to St. Augustine, a good high school.
That's the majority of
My
the
God, you mean to tell the
bacterias.
F and them ain't no nanny when they see it?
Well, Mr. Monica, you know, it's interesting that you've mentioned that. That is a serious situation. And I think in your saying that's between Frederick Street.
No. Charlotte Street.
Charlotte Street.
On the
Oh,
corner
yes, Charlotte Street.
of Charlotte,
Yeah, Charlotte
and
Street.
Shirley Street.
So you turn east and then on the southern side.
Yes.
All right, that's where those stores like
They sell white pants
yes,
and white
yes,
dress and
the
things
white,
like that.
The white store.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right?
Okay.
Now, Bay Street. Y'all own Bay Street. Y'all choose the F&M. Y'all pump all the money. But this government can't even clean nanny. It's disgraceful. All right? Say they into tourism. What kind of tourism? Huh? And them white Americans, they ain't used to no nanny flying along the road. That is no way to treat the tourists from North America. I could see there was clean white people. They ain't used to sewer. All right? I had to find an explanation. You'd be shocked to know what I tell them, because I don't mess around.
You didn't try to defend the government. Maybe there's a problem there.
How I can defend the government? I told them, listen, these nasty people.
Oh man.
You want me to lie?
Yeah, but why would you smear that in the tourist's face?
Because
We're trying to save
I
face
was
from tourists.
save face.
Yeah, man.
I was saving my face. I was embarrassed, and I told them, these a bunch of nasty people. All right, come man, get the fire engine tonight to go down there and hose the place down. What is the name of that? And carry some carbolic oil. All right? And carbolic soap. Y'all are nasty, man. Goodness of mercy. It is as if God's hands is moving away from the F&M. All that nanny. Where is Romy? Romy is the Minister of the Environment.
Yeah.
He ought to know whenever the air changes. Ah, boy, I got plenty work on my hand among my people. Got nanny, tourists walking up and down, and the nanny right there. Right there. It's a good thing they didn't know what nanny was when I said nanny, but I educated them. And I hope they will write the Minister of Tourism. They'll write the minister responsible for finance. They'll write the Prime Minister. Adrian Gibson, you are the chairman of Water and Sewerage. Right? I don't know who your minister is, but see what you can do for me, eh? I'm your jack. Go down there. I shame. With all them white people there, I had shame. Okay? I had Negro shame. The white people them looking around. God had me shame, man. So I told them, I said, it's nanny. I said, the government nasty. If there wasn't nasty, there'll be no nanny flowing along here. All right? I finished with it. And if I go back there tomorrow and I meet more nanny flowing, I'm going to have another talk with this government. Okay? Y'all stop it. Anything you want to say about it?
No, I'm sure by now they get the message. That's for
you
sure.
You think they got the message?
Of course, Mr. Monk.
Okay.
Of
nanny.
course.
Nanny.
Somebody just texted me just now. They're sending somebody down there to look at it.
And why? Nanny. You're nasty. You're going to cause disease. And you now ain't got no bed in the hospital. Huh? And then for the worst thing to happen is for the white tourists from America to pick up cholera. And then we'll have bad name. Thanks to a nasty government who can't even clean up the nanny. And if y'all can't find nobody, that's a good contract. I know some F&Ms could use that contract to just go down there and sanitize the place. Y'all nasty. God forgive me if I committed a sin.
They got the message.
You think they got the message?
Yeah, I got
okay,
a
that's
text just
great.
now.
You got a text?
Yeah, they're telling me, why didn't you call them? Because you have their number. Rather than, tell
I am
the tourists.
not calling no minister in the government. The next thing you know, they say, I'm trying to kill them. That's why I'm hiding from all of them. I'm not. Okay?
Oh, boy.
So Nani is there.
They get the message, Mr.
And the
Monk.
Tribune should go down and investigate. All right? And do a story. All you're doing is covering up for the F&M and putting it in the back part of the newspaper. But I'm here, by the grace of God. I'll tell the people them. And I don't mess around. Ask the taxi drivers. Every time the tourists ask me a question, I always answer them correctly. Always. So I finished with that. Now, what is the next thing I have met a wonderful Negro lady by the name of Shavante Forbes. She declared that she is one of the woman them. Sister Forbes, I'm honored that you are one of the woman them. Now I want to look at one or two things. Having dealt with the nanny on Bay Street, I'm so happy that Sir Jeffrey Johnstone, who turned Bay Street over to the F&M, is not alive to see the degradation that the F&M since May 10th has brought Bay Street to. I'm happy that Sir Jeffrey will not walk along that street, because he would be disappointed to see that he gave the F&M all them UBP seat and solidified the F&M not only politically but economically. And look, the man ain't buried yet, and Bay Street got nanny flowing on the southern side. Now, there is an interesting story in the Nassau Guardian that I have to deal with, because there is an injustice taking place among F&Ms, and F&Ms have been angry. They think I love the PLP supporters more than them, and I tell them, no, I love you all equally. All y'all is my people, the Negro people. And F&M, many F&Ms have been exploited in this election. They were promised jobs, promised contract, promised money. They were hired. They were promised salary. And my God, the F&M got 35 seats, and they don't want to give poor Negro F&M any contract. I'm so upset that my best childhood friend who lived through Thompson Lane, his wife, Joan Evans, hard-working woman, all right? Sometime I reach to the house, I have to ask my friend, this woman ain't cook yet? She said, well, she's trying to prepare the F&M list. I said, man, tell the woman put that down and cook, because I'm the guest. And Joan work hard. And Menace ain't give her a board. Got her in the back of the board somewhere. And I'm mad and angry. So I'm going to show you all something. In Centerville, all right, I've had all kind of complaints. I told you all a couple of weeks ago how a Negro woman came to my office. She know I was F&M, but she obviously didn't know I wasn't supporting them. And she said, Monica, I worked hard for the last week, and they owe me $400. And all over the place I looking for Reese Chipman, and I can't find him. All right? And she complained. She said, my little children, them ain't got nothing. And when them pretty children run into my office, I ain't had little children in my office in years, because my last baby, born in 81. So you see, I'm starved of my own little children, other than my grand. And when I saw them pretty children, and she said they ain't had nothing, I ain't throwing lowness. I'm only trying to explain an economic problem faced in that constituency called Centerville. And when she said to me she can't find Reese, I just came from the shop with 2 nice loaf of bread. I was more than happy. When I saw them pretty children, I couldn't let them starve. And I said, listen, it's 2 loaves, you can have 1. And I went and I looked for the ambassador, Joshua Says, to complain about Reese. And Joshua Says' wife was there. She's never told me, but I've always been suspicious that she is one of the woman them. And when I put the case, she turned to Josh and said, oh no, that woman got to get paid. And Joshua assured me that she will be paid. And the woman was paid her $400. So as I moved throughout Centerville, Bainstown and Grandstown, the Negro people are turning to me because they know I'm a justice of the peace. And they know I will give them sober advice. The same Negro man who is suing Reese, he complained to me. I had almost a heart attack when I got to his grandpa's place and discovered that that whole family had turned F&M. And they've been PLP from 1953. And he said to me, Reese is ducking me. I worked so hard. It's F&M. I can't get paid. He didn't know what to do. And then he said something. I said, no! I'm a justice of the peace. The rule of law shall prevail. I say, you got two choices. You either take him to the Ministry of Labor, which will take long, or you take him before one of Her Majesty's Justices of the Peace. Now, I had nothing else to do, but I got a shock when I pick up the Nassau Guardian, or is it the Tribune? Because the Guardian, is it the Tribune or the Guardian? Help me out, my spiritual advisor, because...
You just passed it.
Pass it to me if it's the Guardian, because I thought it was the Tribune.
Okay.
Is it in the Guardian?
Let me check, yeah.
Goodness have mercy. The studio only give me the Guardian today. Normally I get 3 and 4 paper.
I thought I saw it just now.
Listen, go take my keys, go to my car, and see if you see today's Guardian, because I don't understand how come these F&Ms in here is getting on my nerve. I'm going to ask the boss to find out the politics of your young men, and those, for every F&M in here, I want 2 PLP, because you're sabotaging me.
Yeah, it's in the Tribune.
Anyway, the Tribune is right there in my card. Bring the Tribune, because this is important for F&Ms to know. You can take out a civil action against the party. You can sue your MP. Sue them. You hear me? You can sue them. Take them before the court to demand your money. And a Negro man, and I thank the Tribune for giving him justice, has sued Reese Chipman. And when I come back, I'm going to read the suit, and I'm going to recommend to the F&M how they should settle with this guy and help Reese to find $2,400 in wages and $100 in legal costs. It is a national disgrace. For the first time in the history of modern politics, has an F&M supporter took his member of parliament to court. It's a new day. I'm the justice of the peace, and there's no need for violence or confrontation. Sue! And if you can't get the summons served on them, fax it to them. Because it is the people's time. And the people will be encouraged to take you all to court. It's a disgrace. F&M are starving, hungry, work hard, got rid of the PLP, and now you all don't want to pay? Well, it's payment time. This is Freedom March. The rule of law shall prevail. When I come back, we'll talk more.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. Thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. Bradley Sakpase. Papi Mal.
Yeah, yeah.
Oui. So, boom. Folks, when I took the adjournment, I told you that there was nanny, human waste, human sewage flowing on the southern side of Bay Street at the junction of Charlotte Street and Bay, heading east, but on the southern side. I asked my government the Negro government. My God, can't y'all detect human base? You'll have all them white people, all them white tourists, up and down. I know y'all don't like us, the Negro people. If y'all loved us, y'all would have detected early that Nani was flowing, and y'all would have washed it up. So I know y'all don't like us. We black. Y'all don't like us. But the tourists, them, y'all say y'all love. My God, y'all can cause them white American tourists to pick up little things. All right? So go there, carry a lot of bleach and Dettol and Carbolic and wash it down and stop being nasty and making me shame. Stop being nasty. Also, I told you that the Centerville Member of Parliament, Reese Chipman, is being accused by many FNMs who work hard, got him elected, and now it's payment time. And they say Reese is ducking them. And poor Reese Chipman, Minutes gave him a job as chairman of Monument and Integrity. You know what his salary is? $7,000 a year. Minutes is a disgrace. Reese is a man got wife and children. What he can do with $7,000 a year? Meanwhile, a Negro man who campaigned hard, and ended up causing Reese to beat a prime minister by 4 votes. Now he wants his salary. And Reese wouldn't pay. So he took out a summons. And he sued Mr. Chipman for $2,400. Then he had to get somebody to serve the summons. Get somebody to prepare it. So he added an additional $100 in costs. I's FNM, and I can't allow my party to take advantage of the Negro poor. And so I'm going to read the story. It's in the Tribune with a wonderful photograph of Reese Chipman attending that parliamentary orientation meeting which Dr. Minnis had for members of parliament and senators yesterday. So there's Reese, and I invite you to buy the Tribune, today's Tribune, Thursday, 10th of August. Go to page 5. The story is written by a Negro man that I repose lots of confidence in, Ricardo Wells. Centerville MP Reese Chipman is facing a $2,500 lawsuit stemming from alleged unpaid wages to a campaign worker, Sean Maycock, in a claim filed August 2nd in magistrate court, alleged that from mid-February up to the May 10th general election, there was a verbal agreement. He would provide various services to the campaign efforts of Mr. Chipman in exchange for a weekly wage of $200. Mr. Maycock insisted a written contract was proposed, but the opportunity never came for a document to be signed. According to the claimant, over the course of the nearly 3 months he was employed by Mr. Chipman, he allegedly acted as a poll worker, landscaper, general cleaner, lead organizer, and general campaign worker. My God. You saw that big responsibility this man had? Assurance were given that all would be taken care of, he told the Tribune. We were all told the same thing. A number of us received the same assurances. Mr. Maycock added, the sad thing about this ordeal is I didn't want it to come to this because Mr. Chipman and his success in May represents change. Too bad he is just more of the same. In the claim presented to the Tribune, Mr. Maycock is seeking $2,400 in unpaid wages and $100 to offset the cost of filing his claim. When contacted for comment on the matter, Mr. Chipman, who was recently appointed chairman of the Antiquities, Monuments, and Museum Corporation Board of Directors, initially denied knowing Mr. Maycock, but later suggested the complainant was known to his campaign. Mr. Chipman told the Tribune his campaign team did not offer paid positions in the build-up to the general election and only offered help where they could. There was no commitment in terms of a payroll during the campaign. You don't make promises to pay. You say if you need help with something, what we try to do is we may, if we can, provide assistance. Mr. Chipman said, we provide breakfast, lunch, dinner, in some instances which he was a part of. He insisted. The matter is expected to be heard on April 17, 2007, on August 17. The matter is expected to be heard on August 17, 2017. Now, watch Chipman. First, he denied his supporter. Then afterward, in a sophisticated and slick way, he says, but he's known to my campaign. Well, Chipman, the campaign is you. My God, you work all those Negroes. You know they were broke. They were desperate. And slavery is abolished. You hear what he said, my spiritual advisor?
Okay.
We get a little breakfast. We get a little lunch. But my God, a deal is a deal. The man got you elected. He did your landscaping. He cleaned the office. He was your lead campaign worker. And now, you wouldn't pay him? You wouldn't pay him? Goodness of mercy.
What was the deal, Mr. Monica?
The deal was that he will be employed. And in return, he will receive a wage of $200 a week.
Anything in writing?
No. Now.
Well, I don't know if it can hold up in court.
Yes, it can hold up in court.
You got to get these things.
How many persons you have
writing.
employed that you have consistently signed contract with?
Okay, you have a point there. But I pay them.
Yes.
I pay them.
So because you have not signed an agreement, my God,
yeah,
you're
verbal
a saved
agreement.
man.
Yeah, verbal agreement is very
strong. The Bible
strong.
teaches us what about
if a
working
man
people.
works, he should be paid.
Listen.
Yeah, a worker is deserving of his wages. Yeah.
It's like the woman with all them little pretty children. She even ain't had bread.
Yeah, I understand that, but I was just just placing the argument from the court perspective. You know, you go to court.
Now there's another F&M who's about to sue Chippy again. Listen to me. This time, you have to name the party leader. So you start off when you draw up your summons. You sue Reese Chipman, first defendant. Hubert Minnis, leader of the party, second defendant. K. Peter Turnquest, third defendant. Who's the Secretary General of the F&M?
Folks?
What folks' name is?
Michael Folks.
Secretary General of the party, and Senator the Honorable, what Sawyer name is? Sawyer, who's the senator? Ezekiel.
Yeah, his name escapes me.
I cannot remember Sawyer's name. Send me a text. You name all of them. And then, for fun, add meritorious council member Oswald Marshall. You sue all of them. All right? Because it's a national disgrace. And these rich men, they're wealthy. My God, Sean Maycock is catching hell. How I know? He confessed it to me. And so I have a payment plan for Chipman and the F&M. Now, if Sean Maycock is successful, okay, in his suit, 10%, the court is going to ask, Reese, how would he like to pay?
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to suggest is that if, for instance, we have 35 seats and 12 senators, so a total of 47 F&M members of the legislature.
And divided into 2,500.
Yes. So each of them could donate $53.19 to the cause.
To the cause.
Okay? Now, Reese, who would be paid $7,000 a year as chairman, if the court were to ask Reese how he wished to pay, suppose Reese decide he wants to pay what he makes a month, and he makes $583.33 a month. Well, what that means is it will take a long time for that to pay off.
If he donates his monthly salary?
Yeah.
What, 5 months maybe?
Is it?
2,500, right?
2,500?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe even less than 5 months.
But he
Close
needs
to 5 months.
He needs little salary because he has family.
Yeah, of course.
So he can't
He
give
can't
him
dump his whole salary on
the
them.
whole salary. All right? So if Reese were to pay $25 a month, it will take him 100 months. And that's like about 8 years and 4 months. And he's only there for 5 years. The F&M should hang their head in shame that you all have gone into the grassroots area, the black belt community, and exploited these people. It's a disgrace. And someone gotta could find the money to pay Sean Maycock. And if y'all Negroes don't want to pay it, ask Brent Simonet. Brent is a white man with dignity. Ask Brent to pay it. Brent got $156 million. It's one disgrace. But as an F&M, I propose to make a contribution to the payment. And I had a smart young man do a little calculation for me. And so I propose to pay 0.01%. That's $2.50. Okay? But it's a disgrace that the F&M is exploiting. Huh? Now, this is a case that should go to the corruption unit. This is a case that should go to the corruption unit. Huh? Y'all should hang your head in shame. Dr. Minnis is a millionaire. My God, can't you write a check for $2,500? Huh? What happened to all the donation Life is Key and them other white people gave to the party? You all ain't spending the white people money right. What happened to all that money Brent Simonet raised? Huh? What happened to the money? It's a disgrace. My spiritual advisor, I'm F&M. You are F&M. What are your views?
Well, I believe he should be paid. I mean, if there's a verbal agreement, you know, Reese Chipman should own to it. And
yeah, but you can't
just pay him. You know,
Minnis ain't get Reese nothing.
Listen, between me and you, if I was Reese Chipman, right?
Yes.
For the sake of reputation, I'll give the man $2,500 and just call it a deal, man. You know?
But Reese ain't got no money. Reese is broke.
Oh, he's broke.
He's only making
borrow it.
$7,000 a year.
They will borrow the money.
I don't think any bank would lend a man $2,500 who's only making $7,000 a year.
I'm sure the party could help out Reese with that, you know.
Man, it's horrible. Look what F&M has come down to. Having to sue their MPs. Listen to me. Sue them. Sue them. The party got plenty money because we lack campaign finance. What they call it?
Reform.
Reform. Why you think white people, business foreign people, could command a prime minister and a cabinet to go all over the place and talk to them as if they are Negro boys, because we lack campaign
finance reform.
Oh, Sean Maycock, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that my party has reached a level where they are not willing to pay you $2,500. And I tell you, I don't want to embarrass nobody. I can identify people that the FNM paid $74,000. I can identify people that the FNM paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, hundreds of thousands would be an exaggeration, but over $100,000. But thank God, Hubert Ingram was leader. And when Ingram recognized how lonely the woman was and what her husband has done for the nation, he made sure that the FNM paid her $74,000. I don't want to call the woman's name, but I know. See, I'm FNM, so I know what they've done. But a poor black man, a poor, hungry young man who struggled with the FNM, you hear me? Who struggled and got them to win. You mean to tell me the members of parliament can't come together and raise the money and pay Sean Maycock and pay them other people? You all ain't no good. You all got hog heart. God bless you all. You all got big job. Huh? Making good salary. You know, could go in Albany and eat up the white people food. Sean can't go there. Sean can't go to Albany. But Sean make it possible for this government to go in the back of Albany, sit down like schoolboys while eating the foreign white man food, who cursed them out and abused them. Huh? But that is the punishment y'all will get, because y'all do not love black people. And you take this from me, my spiritual advisor. The blacker you are, the more they hate you.
I think that's a very unfair statement.
That's because you're 50.
Yeah, that's a very
When you were 60, you would know what I'm saying.
You know, why put that sort of information out to our people, man?
I'm telling you.
We're a black government.
They don't. You think they like us?
Of course.
Well, if they love us, they would pay Sean. How is it?
I'm sure he's going to get paid.
Yes, but look what he has to do to get paid.
Yeah.
Huh? He was supposed to be able to say, brother, won't you pay me? And Reese was supposed to say, let's go to see the leader. And then when he approached his leader, he would have said to Dr. Minnis, my leader, I owe my brother who was fought in the vineyard, who was helping to deliver Centerville, and I ain't got the money. Help me, my leader. And Minnis, who was able to donate all kind of money to the Junkanoo group, another group, would have recognized that Sean Maycock is a hero in the FNM struggle. The same way that June Evans, the wife of my childhood friend, Christopher Evans, through Thompson Lane, is a hero. But Minnis ain't reward her. And she work hard. Hard. Many days I show up to Chris' house. I say, man, where the food is? He say, hold on, the woman campaigning. All right? Campaigning. And I can talk, because Joan is my childhood friend. And her husband, Christopher Evans, he's such a childhood friend of mine that when I was drowning in Big Pond, he saved me. So that's what we are faced with, my spiritual advisor.
Mm-hmm.
It is my prayer that God will touch the FNM heart and that they will pay all the Negroes in the inner city, in the Black Belt, who campaign. What you all did with the white people money that donated to the party? Huh? The white people give you a lot of money to share among your Negro supporters. What you all do with the white people money? That's why we need campaign finances reform. Because Sean ain't get his money yet, and the Negro woman with all them pretty children. She only get her $400 because I went to Arawak Key in search of Ambassador Joshua Sayers. And in the front of Joshua Sayers' wife, I appealed to his conscience and to say, what time is it? It's the people's time. But a Negro woman with 6 children, she had difficulty in getting her $400 in payment when the FNM is the richest party in the history of the modern Bahamas. Because anytime they ask Bay Street for money, they give it to them. When they ask the Conkey Joe people for money, they give it to them. All right? And then when they get the money, they don't want to share it with their poor Negro supporters. Now Sean got to take out summons and go to the court. And I say to every FNM, take them to the small claim court. And if you don't know how to prepare the summonses, you come to my office. I got the template. And we'll just summons them with their main spirited self. They ain't got no heart. I know for Sean it is painful that he has to take his new member of parliament to court. All right? John Chippy, I'm so sorry I had to attack Reese, eh? No love lost, and you know I love you. That's his grandpa. I had to. All right?
Yes, you rub it in, Mr.
Yeah,
Monka. You
it's
rubbed
horrible.
it in.
FNM got plenty of money.
I'm sure he'll be paid.
Minister got plenty of money, plenty of food. I was talking to a Negro from Baintown. He said, listen, I've been to Dr. Minnis' house. He said, man, Dr. Minnis got plenty of food? I said, food. He said, yes. I said, spell food. He said, F-O-O-D, food. Meanwhile, those who wage the war and campaign can't get their little money. I say, fax Reese. Fax him. Fax him. Fax him.
That's not going to work after you finish hitting that.
Fax him. Lord, forgive me, for I may have sinned.
He's going to get paid. He's going to get paid, Mr. Montgomery.
You have assurance?
He's going to get paid.
You have assurance?
I'm sure of that.
You have assurance?
He's going to get paid, all right?
Because I am telling them to sue them. Don't curse nobody. Don't threaten nobody. Don't do nothing. Just sue them. Sue them. Sue them. And there is a woman who tell me that they owe her $15. And I've said to her, come. I can prepare that summons. Let's sue them for the $15 with their no good self. God forgive me if I have sinned in calling my government no good. I shouldn't do it. Spiritual advisor, say something. I'm exhausted.
You said it all,
After
man.
cursing them out.
That's enough.
After cursing them out.
That's enough for that, Mr. Monica.
I should fire.
Let's move on from that now. Let's leave that alone, man.
My friend,
you've said enough.
Sean Maycock has to take his MP. So my brother, if you start off the political victory with having to take him to court, God help the people of Centerville. See Travis hiding? Hiding. Hiding.
Well, interesting.
It's powerful. When I come back, I discovered a secret. Yesterday, the Prime Minister had school. And I got a surprise in my life when my intelligence officer told me that Sir Michael Bennett, the former Attorney General and the former Chief Justice, spoke. So when I come back, I will raise some questions to find out if what Sir Michael told them. What did Sir Michael say? I'm praying over it, but when I come back, I've had great news. Sir Michael, if you wanted an Attorney General who was clean, it was Sir Michael. If you wanted a Chief Justice who was clean, it was Sir Michael. Did Sir Michael tell them about the FNM who filed? He sat on for 6 months. There's a freedom march. I have my sword out. And I'm going to use it now. I'll be right back.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV. My name is Rodney Monker, and I have a headache. I don't know where Dr. Dwayne Sands is, but the FNM is giving me headaches because they have no respect for us. The poor, suffering, black, unemployed, grassroots supporter. Promise us all kind of things. Little food, little money. And now it's time to deliver. Everybody got slick talk. Anyway, I think this should go to the corruption unit. Now, on my mind is Albany. Albany is on my mind because I thought that Christopher Annan was grossly and horribly disrespectful to Prime Minister Hubert Minnis and his cabinet. I think so. And I'm a kind of Negro who's have feelings. I's be shamed for my Negro people. I's be hurt for my Negro people. No matter how competent or incompetent they are. I always did not like Albany because the PLP and the FNM made a fundamental error when they, using the Acquisition of Land Act, it's a law designed for a government to acquire property for a public purpose. So suppose the government will put a police station in Black Village, my ancestral homeland. They can acquire my house and use it for a public purpose. I do not accept that if you take a citizen land and give it to Bahamians or foreign investors, that is in the public interest. What you would have done, my government would have taken an advantage of me and discriminated against me as a citizen and give my land to foreign people to become wealthier while me and my Negro children remains in poverty. That's what they've done. They took away some of Percy Munnins' children land and other people land, and they give it. And I think the same man, Christopher Annan, told the Nassau Guardian a couple years ago that he was going to offer them finally a final 30%. All right? I thought it was arrogant. How the heck a government, my government, could take my land and give it to foreign people for them to become wealthy, and me and my Negro children remains in poverty. That is what has happened. The government also allowed Albany to cut into the island of New Providence, almost separating that part of the island from Adelaide and the rest of New Providence. You heard me? I didn't hear the national, what them people name on Village Road. The people them
National Trust.
I hear the National Trust say nothing.
National Trust.
I hear Cousin Kerry say nothing. I don't know where that young man was who I should have dropped on his legs, but I used to lift him up. Romy Feralda. He's the first person I ever lift up that I now had regret. I ain't lifting up nobody no more because they might turn out to be just like him. I hear nothing from him. All right? And then, as we listen, the next thing we know, Minnis, the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, he is in the back of Albany. I see photograph of him eating the white man food, his ministers. And then Christopher Annan addressed them and spoke to my Prime Minister as if they were schoolboys. And Minnis sat down and sucked it up. I'm happy I wasn't there, or the police would have locked me up, because I would have cursed him right out and say to him, hey, buddy, find yourself, just the way you're talking to the Prime Minister, you wait till I leave him in the back here. All right? And his approach was arrogant. And I want him out of the Bahamas. That's what I want him out. I met an arrogant white man in 1983. And me and Penland and the PLP were having a political battle. And when I saw what he did, I went and woke up Barbara Peer, the then director of immigration, early one morning. She cursed more 30 words to find out who that is knocking around her house. Because I talk loud. I said, listen, I need you to carry a message to Penland. Tell Penland, that white man is interfering with the students of C.C. Sweeting. And he had secret meetings with Dennis James and Lisa Tyson. And all I asked them what this was all about, they didn't say. Tell Penland, get him out of the country. And by grab, Penland immediately had Barbara Peer evicted him. I've always been a man who protects the sovereignty of my country. That's 1983 I did that. And it was only 30 years later that I publicly acknowledged what I did. Annan was grossly disrespectful. And it is interesting that Candia Dames, in yesterday's National Review, tells us an interesting secret. She says that she spoke to an MP. Now we know Candia has a brother who's the Minister of National Security. But she's saying MP. So I'm not going to put it on Marvin. But I hope it was Marvin, because I think it is a piece of information that needed to come out. MPs or ministers have reported that if they had their own transportation, they would have left in the back of Albany. They would have left. Well, what is a government minister doing not having his own vehicle in case of a national emergency? So I don't know. Here is Marvin Dame, who the Americans trained. They got to be disappointed in him. Here is Marvin Dame, who the Canadian trained. And he, being the Minister of National Security, ought to have advised the chairman of the National Security Council, who is the Prime Minister. PM, this is a bad idea for us to have you and all these cabinet ministers in one bus. Suppose there is an emergency. So, I don't know who bus it is, but knowing these Negroes, chances are it was a bus paid for by Albany. So Albany at all material time control their entrance and their exit. And so, I was shocked that Minister Doe sat down and allowed Annan, Christopher Annan, to insult me as a Negro man. How did he insult me? When he insulted my Prime Minister and his cabinet. The interesting thing that Candia revealed is that Annan invited members of the cabinet to write down on one piece of paper anonymously what they thought about their experience at Albany. And I'm advised, according to Candia's article in yesterday Nassau Guardian, that the ministers wrote that Albany is racist and anti-Bahamian. Isn't that amazing? But none of those Negroes who wrote it didn't have the balls, the nuts, the testicle, the willpower, the rebellions to tell Annan to kiss and leave the place. They stayed there. They don't seem to know that is not good for their own mental health. If you are someplace and you are being psychologically abused and insulted for your own mental well-being, for your own dignity, for your own human spirit, you leave. You don't stay there and accept abuse. And they say they're leading me. That's what happened. I want Christopher Annan put on the stop list. I want him to be declared persona non grata. But recognizing that we are controlled and led by King George III Negroes, it won't happen. Huh? What would make Annan tell the prime minister, leave us in the back of Albany, don't get in what we are doing? Huh? What would cause him to do that? What would cause him to do that? That is why we need finance, campaign, finance reform. Did Albany, Mr. Minnis, my prime minister, and the leader of my party, the FNM, did Albany donated any money to the FNM campaign? Because as I listened to Christopher Annan, he sounded to me like the man who paid the Pied Piper. And don't forget the story. If you are paying, you can make demands. What gave this white man, who's not a citizen of the Bahamas, huh? This ain't Jeffrey Johnstone. This ain't the Conkey Joe man and Blair, because the Conkey Joe man and Blair have a right to curse and row and carry on of any government of the Bahamas, be it PLP or FNM. It ain't the Conkey Joe people. This is one foreign man who is arrogant and obnoxious. And Minnis them sat there with the media there as this man psychologically abused him and his ministers. It's not good for your mental health. And it's not good for the psyche of the country, because you reinforce in the midst of the lead up to Emancipation Day and freedom. I saw the spirit of Sasea. Sasea, Sir Overseer. I saw my Negro leadership on a plantation called Albany. They did not act as if they were free black men, not recognizing what God has done for us. Because after over 400 years of slavery, we are the inheritors of 700 islands, 2,000 rocks and keys, and 100,000 square miles of ocean. And these Negroes, if they don't be careful, they are going to cause us to lose that which we, as descendants of the plantation owner and the slaves, has been blessed with. Very upset over what I read in Candia. And although Candia is not safe, I'm convinced that when she wrote that article, she was being led by the spirit of good. And I'm upset over it. I'm upset. And I want Bahamians to go and buy yesterday's Wednesday, the 9th of August, 2017, Nassau Guardian. I'm going to give them some business because they ain't making no money. Everybody's listening to me. Right? All right? You got somebody from Albany? Well, bring them on. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Mr. Monker, I'd like to speak with you over here, please.
You from Albany?
Yes.
Okay, well, you can't speak with me right now because I got 11 minutes and 10 and 47 seconds. So you can do one or two things. You can either hold on and we can talk, because I want to see Christopher Annan. You think you could get him to come on the show?
No.
You can't get him to come on the show? And let me tell you why I got here.
About him.
I've been in the back of Albany, and I was a senator, and I couldn't get in the back there. I never like y'all that say, yeah, what kind of place this is that I couldn't go in the back, right? So I have y'all in, and I have y'all also in, because there was an Anglican priest from Black Village by the name, don't give me the other call, you keep Albany woman right there, no other caller, I talking to Albany. And Father, what father name? From Black Village. Father, I even forget father name. Y'all got father in the back there. Father was a saved man in the Anglican church. Father was sanctified, full of the Holy Ghost. And one day he went in the back there, and I hear him preach a sermon since. And some of the greatest sermons that I've ever heard, it's been Father McKinsey. What Father McKinsey name? Tyrone. Father Tyrone McKinsey. So tell Miss Albany, I'll talk to her in about 10 minutes. You heard me? Because I can't
Well, you
stop.
can give her your cell number.
I can't stop the thing. I can't stop the TV, the show, whatever this is. Okay?
Is she there?
You all still got
Okay.
Miss Albany there?
No, next caller. Have another
Okay.
caller.
Answer my question. Answer my question. Is Albany still there? Goodness of mercy. Lord,
They say yeah.
that's better. All right? Answer me, man.
He's saying yeah.
I'm 60.
Relax, Mr.
I don't
Monka.
want no dumb sign.
You're too hype, man.
All right?
Relax.
I don't want no dumb sign. I can't read dumb sign.
Well, you need to learn how to do that,
I'm
okay?
not reading no dumb sign. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon, Mr. Moncur.
Hello, you from Albany too?
Hello?
You from Albany too?
Oh, no. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay then.
How are you, the spiritual advisor
The
today?
spiritual
We're doing
advice
great.
is fine,
You're doing great.
and I'm having headaches.
Mr. Moncur,
Yes.
I want to draw reference to something that is in today's Punch and today's Guardian.
Okay.
You know, my grandmother used to say, when I was a child growing up, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive.
Oh.
And I draw reference to this matter about these death threats
Oh, Jesus.
against the ministers.
Yeah.
Today's Guardian is saying that the death threat against ministers are real.
Right.
And it goes on page 7 of the Guardian, where it says that one senior officer said there was no record that they were reported. But what really disturbs me is the headline in today's Punch,
The Punch.
where it says the number bosses have been ruled out of the $500,000 hit on the PM and MPs.
My God.
And, you know, Mr. Moncur, it's just getting worse
It's getting worse.
with each passing day, because what this article is trying to infer, it says an investigation has concluded that none of the number bosses are tied to the hitman plot.
Oh,
At
Jesus.
first, cops suspected number bosses because they have the money to hire hitman and the ties to the drug gang world of mafia assassins.
My God.
Mr. Moncur, this is irresponsible.
Grossly
This now
irresponsible.
puts every number house boss under a microscope. Now we have to be careful. I call on the Minister of National Security to be more responsible. Either come forward and say to the public what exactly is happening, because according to this article in the Punch today,
Yes.
on it says that it says here on page 5, the uninformed Newbold said, this is Mr. Ace Newbold, we don't want to give any credence to that kind of report, but the Prime Minister has the utmost confidence in the police and defense force. So somewhere along the line, Mr. Moncur, this is very shady.
It is
This
horrible.
glass is very
It's time
smudgy.
to march.
And I think we owe it to the public, to the Bahamian
You are
public,
right. You are right.
to tell us the truth about these allegations.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. God bless you. God save the Queen.
God save the
Have a
Queen.
great evening.
Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Hello? Is the caller there? That's another people from Albany? It's look like if Albany, y'all just watch Freedom March, eh? And I'm happy
Bring them on. Let's see what they have to say.
because y'all have sinned. Y'all have upset the Negro's psyche. We cannot believe that Christopher Annan could be so mean-spirit. And the woman from Albany, my cell number is 434-5760. I'm prepared to talk to you, but I can't walk off the screen. See the scene? Like the Prime Minister. He could leave a whole cabinet, a whole government, and go in the back of Albany. I can't do that, because the people them here pay me. And the next thing you know, I get cut. All right? So I can't just walk off. But minister's his own boss. So they could leave the whole government and go in the southwest to be insulted and to hurt my feelings. I don't like it. All right? I don't like it. My spiritual advisor, you want to say anything?
Well, Mr. Monica, I think you may be on to something because I was having a conversation with a resident from Laifiki while I was in the Royal Bank of Canada in Old Fort Bay. And interestingly enough, he was very frank and very honest with me. We were talking about the Albany project. And, he says to me that, hey, you're a small businessman but doing landscaping. He said, I can tell you this, you're going to have a very, very hard time trying to get into Albany because they do their best to keep people like you out of there. So I was like...
When he said people like you,
Yeah, I was like...
What do you mean by that?
He says, the small black businessman will not stand a chance in Albany because the majority of the work in Albany, as far as landscaping is done by the white.
That's because
companies.
black leadership has let us down.
And he was open and honest, and I appreciated him about that.
It's the only country.
This story, it just confirms everything, you know.
This is the only country in the world where investment comes in, but there ain't nothing for the people. There's no benefit. All right? There's no benefit. That's the only country. It is poor black leadership. Lord Jesus, I bring black leadership in the front of you.
And what
bring him in the front of you.
Yeah, what is so interesting
it's
about
horrible.
That, what is so interesting about that story, Mr. Monica, he said something to me that made me laugh. He said there are 3 major companies that run landscaping business that are run by white people, white folks, right? And he says what happens is when a homeowner is not satisfied with one company, then they switch to another one. And he says they go right around, they keep switching to the same 3 companies before they even think about going to get business from somebody else.
That's because these are King George III.
It's interesting.
Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, what's on your mind?
Mr. Moncur?
Yes.
Hello?
Listen, don't listen to TV. Just speak to me, for I am listening. You heard me? Daughter.
Ask her to turn the TV down.
Turn off your TV or turn the volume.
Mr. Moncur, I'm calling from Eleuthera.
Okay, how are you? Speak to me, Eleuthera.
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay.
This is my first time.
Welcome.
Hatchet Bay, yes.
I love Hatchet Bay.
Good afternoon to your spiritual advisor.
Hi, good afternoon. How you doing?
Go ahead. Don't listen to the TV. Just talk to us.
I didn't, Mr. Moncur.
Yes.
I didn't know nothing about the station.
Really?
Until during the election.
Yes.
My sister called me and said, girl, you want to listen to something?
Uh-huh.
Say, check Mr. Moncur.
Wow.
And when I check in, I just don't want to stop.
Listen.
It's just like a plate of food, good food.
Listen, the food.
It's a pleasure to listen to you.
Listen, the food
and
that I offer.
And your spiritual advisor, oh my God, I can't wait till 4 o'clock.
Come, my spiritual advisor.
I'm excited.
This is powerful.
And you keep on, Mr. Moncur.
Now,
and may God bless you.
But before you leave, I have to ask you a question. Are you one of the woman them?
I am one of the woman them. That's it.
Praise the Lord. Listen.
Yes, Mr. Moncur.
Get ready. Get ready, Hatchet Bay, because there's going to be a great match.
Yes.
And I need all the people from Hatchet Bay to join us, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Moncur.
God bless you. And tell the people of Hatchet Bay, the spiritual advisor and I love them. Do I have any more calls? Man, isn't that powerful? A wonderful woman.
From Hatchet Bay.
From Hatchet Bay. And she loves Freedom March.
Your text writers are very upset.
Go ahead, give me some text, my spiritual advisor.
Much text
read some text.
Good day, Mr. Moncur. I noticed that you watch keeps unlocking. Do you need the woman them to give you a new one?
Listen, one F&M. I got this watch from the F&M. He made me believe this was so expensive, and he woke me like a slave. And I said, listen, I need a watch. He gave me the watch. They tell me the watch is waterproof. So I've been bathing off with it, swimming with it, and the next thing I know, the watch ain't waking. So I could use me a watch. Let's call it a love offering. Okay?
Good day, Mr. Moncur. Modern day racism still exists in the modern Bahamas, and it's sad and needs to stop.
Well, I want Christopher Annan on the stop list. All right? My feelings, he hurt my feelings. I don't like for people to hurt my feelings. When I sat there and I read that paper, I asked myself, what is this? I wonder if the Speaker of the Honorable House of Assembly was there. I wonder.
Good day, Mr. Moncur. Thank you so much. God said to Queen, all the people in Bryland were paid. Thank you, Mr. Moncur.
This is powerful because the graveyard people called me today. And they say, say they didn't get paid for 5 months. So I said, well, some of the months was under the PLP. They say, yeah. All right? Man, Desmond paid them, man. Or I have to curse you out. And then your mother can get mad. And I don't want to upset her. Please pay the people, man. So when I see your mother, I don't have to, apologize. But I want my people to be paid. Come, Desmond. I want you to do for them what you got the white man to do for the Haitian man. You remember the white man? who you advise to pay the Haitian man? Desmond Bannister. I want the graveyard people to get paid. After all, they work. And what time is it?
It's the people's time.
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 People, time. What time is it?
It's the people's time.
Do you have something to say to the senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live here on ILTV in Nassau, Bahamas. Rodney Monker is my name. My spiritual advisor, praise the Lord, is Bradley Roll. Before I take the callers, I took a call a few minutes ago from a Negro lady deep in Albany. And I'm very shocked that my government could be meeting with Albany, who has a poor record, according to my female Negro source, in the treating of my people, the Negro people. It would appear that successive government has allowed Albany to do whatever they feel like doing in the back southwest New Providence. And the lady has pointed out to me that she was very hurt when she saw the Prime Minister and members of his cabinet sitting down and eating them people food, taking into consideration that, to quote her, they do not like Bahamians. She told me that a man called C.A., and when she said C.A., I said, Lord, you mean C.A. Smithy? She said, no. Because I was shocked. I want to know C.A. in the back of there. She said, no. C.A. mean Christopher Annan. They call him C.A. 17 Negro staff resigned from concierge. I hope I'm pronouncing it. It's an area at the front desk that deals with the tourists because of Albany and their mistreatment, and because the Labor Department, right, got a bunch of incompetent Negroes who, when they see a lot of our people who are holding this position, they like free food. Soon as they get to these resorts, I've seen it. They go there, the white man look at them. He psych them out. He say, yeah, these Negroes, they want something free. They're ready to sell out. And so they wine them. They dine them. They give them food and all kind of things. And they sell them ma out. You hear me? 17. I want a parliamentary investigation into Albany. But I know that the Negro leadership would let us down because they do not believe in putting the interest and the aspiration of us, the people them, first. That's going to be a face fit. And the staff. My God, I have to think about some of the things she say to me, because I already had a headache as I row. Now I'm punch drunk. I got to go see Vane Monroe to discuss some of them things she tell me before I cause things that I don't want cause in the society. Minister and them got to act responsibly. Stop carrying the cabinet all over the place doing nonsense. Now the man has shown us that he run things. Minister run things. He say he want the government in the back of there. All right? One of the problems that I have with all these canals all over the island of New Providence is customs are not present. The Defense Force is not present. The police is not present. And those canals is a gateway for smuggling. They think I fool it. I'm 60. I'm a taxi driver. And I had an experience one day at the airport. And I pull my straw hat down and I lay low. I said, yeah, this is a gangster society. All right? It's a gangster society. I don't care how Menace does it. I want Christopher Honest to go home, wherever he's from. If he's from Timbuktu, I want him to go home. And if Menace don't send him home, Menace and his government remains condemned as King George III. Negroes. May I have a phone call? I have a phone call? Hello? Hello? I thought you all told me somebody was on the phone. Hello? Welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Give me another Negro. Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
I mean, kind of sad, right? Because I vote F&M, right? And I thought it would have been a change for the poor people. But what's going on now, right, is, well, they said they could give us the bread basket item. They didn't give it to us. I just want Minister to know, if he listens, I hope he listens. It's the poor people who put him in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want him to know that.
Yeah.
But he ain't doing nothing for us. It's like they cutting us off.
Yeah.
They cutting us off. We don't have, I mean, it's like, okay, they think like, or doing whatever, you know, the foolishness they doing or whatever.
What constituency you live in?
Cable Beach.
I say, who is your MP?
Mr. Menace, believe it or not.
Well,
Yeah.
call him. Call him.
You know.
And if you can't get him, fax him.
Fax him up.
All right? You take
I
good care.
understand, but I mean, this is what I want to say now, right?
Right. I give you 2 seconds because
Okay, they
you know
saying
Menace
now,
wasn't
right?
safe.
They like who work for government, they can make permanent and this and that. But that can come into fruition what they say.
Yes, they're
It's
pussyfooting.
like they like it's a big lie and thing, and
it's pussyfooting.
you get the algorithm laughing about them, but they give or they fire the people who work for the PLP
Listen,
and this and that and whatever.
Get a
It
placard.
don't make no sense.
Don't let Brave Davis know that you voted F&M. And just come and march with him. You see? Because you're a Negro,
I
right?
can do what I want to, but what I'm trying to say now,
Yeah.
I get people like who, you know,
Listen.
I deal with and telling me, coming to me and making noise.
Yeah. Well, I say fax him. And you,
You
take good
understand?
care before
and
I
it's so
fax
sad,
you.
man. I just want to tell Menace.
Go ahead.
Do not deal with them people. Deal with the local people first, please.
Yeah, but you're not black.
That's what we want. Just deal with the local people or what y'all call the grassroots.
Yeah.
Deal with the grassroots people first.
Okay.
Don't even worry about what's going on or
I
how
let
much
you
money
get
have
a
to spend
run,
on
but
this.
I'm going to punish you.
No, don't say that. You have to deal with the grassroots people
want me to
first
punish you?
because that's who got you
Lick
there.
it your mama and call your MP. Goodbye. Boy, I could show off, eh? Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello,
Hi. How are you?
Mr. Monta.
Yes.
Yes, I'm calling in reference with this Ashman, right? The Shane Gibson.
Okay.
Did he do any work for the contract that Shane Gibson?
I am told
given?
that he is one of the greatest worker.
No, what I want to find out, if he didn't do the work and Shane Gibson gave him a contract and he was paid, shouldn't he go before the court as like Shane Gibson went?
If he didn't do the work, but I am advised that he did the work.
He did the work.
He did do some work, yeah.
Don't say he did do some work.
Okay.
He did $8
And
million
another
worth of
thing,
work.
As those persons what are working and didn't get paid.
Yes.
My God, these people have children to feed.
Yes. The people in the
You
graveyard.
understand?
Uh-huh.
And you know what they doing? Like they said, I listen to you every day. You said they hire June and Hannah to run the
Urban renewal.
Urban renewal.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Now Benson Rose came on and said the public service is clogged.
Yeah.
With,
Go ahead.
Okay.
What
happened to
Branson
those
say?
person who retire and come back? People, children are they're coming out of school.
What Branson
Can I
say?
get
Say that one more
jobs?
time because
the
me.
grandchildren is coming. Send them. They don't get their pay, you know.
One more time because Brensel is very special to the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram and me. Let me hear you again. What you say Brensel did?
Okay. What about those persons? You listening to me?
I'm listening.
Okay, what about those persons who retire?
Yeah.
Right? Get their gratuity, get rehired, children are coming out of school
My
every
God.
year and cannot find a job. And some of these persons are coming back in the same position, making the same amount of money or double the amount of money that what they were working
Well, a good
for.
example is Bishop Hewlin Hanna. Bishop Hewlin Hanna gets a police pension. Then the Church of
No,
God.
but I only saying.
Well, listen to me.
Okay.
Bishop Hewlin Hanna, he gets a police pension. I'm not jealous.
No,
Then,
I'm not prejudiced either.
and he also gets a wonderful love offering salary from the church. Now he's in charge of urban renewal. Now, what constituency you live in?
Yamakra, Melanie Griffin is my woman, and I'm not scared of them. I'm one the woman them.
Okay then. But I almost cost you the facts, Elspeth Johnson. You take it here. I got some more calls.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What's on your mind?
Yes, I'd like to make a comment. Good evening, Mr. Monka. I'd like to make a comment, please.
Go ahead, my love.
Yes, I agree with you 100% on the Albany issue.
Wow.
Both governments, past and present,
Yes.
have sold us out to the white man.
Yeah.
They are not looking out for the poor people.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
And I thought Menace said it was the people's time. Because if he was serious about that, he would have carried some of us in the back there to get that free
They just
food.
go down there and eat up all the people's food
Yeah.
and sell us out.
My God. Let's pray for Menace that God would make him stronger. Okay? Take it care. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Speak to me.
How you doing?
Well, I'm angry.
I live in Spanish Rock.
Okay. You're a County Joe man?
Yes, sir.
Welcome, my County Joe people.
Well, we have a problem in the east.
What problem you got?
We have poachers coming in and holding our Bahamian guys up.
Really?
Yes.
When this happened?
It happened weekend gone.
Really?
Really?
We had poachers come in and they forward some of the Ackland guys.
Who's
of
your
the
MP?
Fishing grouper.
Who's your MP?
Who's my MP?
Yeah.
Well, right now, we don't need to know what's going on with the MP.
It's important
the
because,
Minister
hold on a
of
second.
National Security.
Yes? What about the Minister of National Security?
He need to do something because I want to know what the boats are just parked up for in Defense Force Base.
Really? Well, listen, I have to speak up for you all because, you know, the County Joes are also my people.
Well, we just want to let the nation know that the Dominicans are coming in and robbing the Bahamian people.
What are they using? Gun?
Heavy ammunition.
Really?
And they're coming into shores and they're going back to the mothership that is waiting out for them.
Have you told the police?
It's already on Facebook. It's all over the media.
Yeah, but listen to my question. Have you told the police?
Yes, sir, of course, man.
Okay.
Do they have protection?
And
do you all have protection, sir?
what do you mean by protection?
Well,
Are you all in possession of
firearms?
lawfully issued firearms?
The only firearms we have is the spares, and we can't do nothing with spares.
Okay.
Oh,
but,
you only have spares.
but I don't want you to have no illegal gun because it's against the law. Okay?
No, but we got to do something to protect our shores.
But I asked you who's your MP and you don't want to tell me.
But listen, I haven't voted, so I was on the beach, Monka.
You was on the beach with me.
I was on the beach,
Listen.
but you was enjoying the plate of food. I didn't want to bother you.
Okay then. You're a good County Joe man. Listen, your MP happens to be, what's the name of the man from Harbour Island? Ricky Mackey. I'm going to speak to him and see if he does something. And if he doesn't, we'll fax him up. You call me
Well,
next
let's
week.
get it together. We need the defense force right on the shores of the Bahamas.
Are you
to
really?
protect us.
Are you a real County Joe?
Of course, Mr. Monka.
Okay then. Okay, because you
It's
sound.
a good try. It's a good try.
It sounds like you got a little Negro in your
Yeah,
voice.
it's a good try.
Take it care. Yeah, but I had a
I
County
wonder
Joe
why
man.
he disguised himself like that.
Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello.
Hello.
What is on your mind, my dear?
Okay, Mr. Monker.
Yes.
I'm calling about the Clico insurance deal.
What's going on there now?
They were supposed to pay out in the month of July. They haven't yet. And every week you call, they said they haven't got no answer back from the Treasury.
What constituency do you live in?
I live in St. Barnabas.
Who's your MP?
Shannon Dawn
Well,
Cartwright.
fax him. Call him. He's right there on Frederick Street in that nice building below the step. He's a good man, and you need to fax him. All right?
Okay, sir.
And if you fax him and he doesn't give you any good explanation, he's also my MP. He's Candia Dames' nephew.
Yeah,
and
I know
Marvin nephew. I'll just curse them out if he don't help you, okay? £5
Okay, sir.
words. You take good care.
I'm one of those women them.
But listen, get ready because
Get
it
ready.
is time to march, okay?
Thank you, sir.
God save the Queen. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello,
Yes, my dear.
Mr. Mongo.
Yes.
How are you and your spiritual advisor?
We're doing great. How about yourself?
But I have a headache.
Okay, I just
Albany,
need to know,
it's in my heart.
Mr. Mongo, could give me a number and tell me his office is. I have some documents I need to show him.
You want to show me some documents?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, take my cell number. It's 434-5760. Okay?
Okay.
And I prefer seeing you either on Saturday or after Mass on Sunday. How does-
Okay, so you want me to call you and find out when
Call
I can
me
see you?
so we can confirm it, okay?
When must I call you?
You can call me tomorrow. Call me tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Do well.
Thank you.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, Mr. Monka.
Yes?
How are you today?
Is this a real conky joke? Because they've been fooling me all day. What's on your mind?
Yeah, the guy who just called, I don't know if you got the message or not, but it's pretty bad
Really?
if he's a Conky Joe man from Spanish Wells and doesn't know who his representative is.
But he didn't sound like a real conky Joe. He sounded like a half conky Joe.
You're right. I don't think he's from Spanish Wells. That voice is not familiar.
Okay. Are you
But
from...
now, I'm not saying what he's saying is not true, but
Okay.
he's not,
Are you from Spanish Bell?
I don't think he's a Conky Joe man.
I don't think so either. You're the real one, right?
Are you from Spanish
Yeah,
Bell?
I'm a real one.
I can tell.
guess.
I can tell.
I don't know. You could call it born and grow up.
Are you from
My
Spanish?
parents, my grandparents, my great-great-grandparents was born here.
Okay. And who's your MP?
Ricky Mackey, of course.
Okay. And now, what is your problem?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. What is the problem with the fisherman?
I don't know. This is news to me. I haven't heard anything, but he could be telling the truth. I don't know. He doesn't sound. He sounds like he could be. Some of your people from Haiti. You say your people. Some of your people.
No,
from
no,
Haiti.
no. He's not a
He
Haitian.
sounds like he could be from there.
No, 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 no. If he was Haitian, he would have first greeted me in Haitian Creole. He's not Haitian.
Well, I don't know. I don't think he's no Conky Joe.
No, he's not.
Well, he didn't sound like a full conky Joe.
He's not. You need to sue him for trying to pretend like he is a conky Joe.
What
Sue
I
him,
need
okay?
you to do for me is, before you leave me, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to investigate among the Conky Joe fishermen if they do in fact have a problem and call me back.
All right, I'll do some investigating. I have a boat out there that I'll call them, and they have satellite phone. I could call them right now and find out if they heard anything concerning that.
Do that for me, okay? 'Cause
Let me ask you a
I
question.
don't want no lies. Go ahead.
Let me
Mr.
ask you a question, caller. Do you all have any protection on these vessels?
Of course.
Oh, I thought so.
Now,
So that
these
caller was not a real conky Joe.
Hold on a second. These, what kind of protection
He sure
this
didn't
is?
sound like one.
Yeah.
You mean you have gun?
Of course he do.
Of course.
You have license?
Yes,
Of course.
sir.
Okay, because the last F&M who had an illegal gun.
We are the most law-abiding people in the entire Bahamas.
This
I'm
is
not
powerful.
saying there's some phonies in every group, but
Right.
we are the most law-abiding people there is in the Bahamas, I believe.
This is powerful.
You're a safe
Well,
caller.
listen, I want you to call me because I am trying to organize the Conky Joe people. All right?
All right, well, I'll call you back and let you know,
And
but
tell
I don't know if
more-
I'll get through right now. I
No,
might
no,
be
you
able
can
to
call
get
me
through
back.
right away.
You can call me back
immediately.
tomorrow. But
The
tell
cook
the,
should answer anyway.
yeah, tell the Conky Joe people I said to watch Freedom March and to call me, okay?
But we need to get this.
Go ahead.
I said we need to get this stopped. This foolishness with this poaching. They ruin, and we got a lot of foreigners coming in here too. I was flying over to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, on the
Yes.
2 days before the season opened, and all I could see was speedboats.
Yes,
2 or 3 days
the
before the season
Americans
opened, all I
come
could see
here.
was speedboats heading for the Bahamas Bank.
Uh-huh. The Americans come here.
By the hundreds.
And thief,
Yes, they come in
and
poaching
thief
too.
our fish. All right?
You see, they're allowed to get them 2 weeks before the season.
Okay. Anyway, you call me back tomorrow or next week, okay? Take it
All
care.
right, I'll do that.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Freedom Match.
Good evening, Mr. Moncur, and you and Spiritual Advisor. How you doing today?
We're
Yes.
doing great.
What's on your mind, comrade?
Why did the government invest so much money in those boats if they are not effective enough to patrol our waters?
Well, I have to ask Marvin Dames why he buy gas for it and get it out there. He's Minister of National Security, you know.
Yeah, because that don't make no sense. You investing that kind of money in those boats, and those boats is not effective enough
Well, I'm going
to
to tell
patrol
you,
our waters.
I had a secret meeting with a senior Defense Force officer who has raised a serious national security issue with me. I've not said anything about it because these days I'm reflecting and praying.
All right, well, anyhow, you let the National Security Minister know for me that while they in the back of Albany and around Bahama having champagne, the Bahamian people in pain.
Wow.
You let him know that for me.
I shall. You take good care.
All right, sir.
I got another call. Hello. Welcome to Freedom Match. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, my love.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rodney Manka.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Spiritual Advisor.
Hi.
First time caller. I'm one of the women them. I love y'all. Just calling to say I love you guys.
We love you too.
Now I need a favor from you.
Yes.
I'm going to soon be marching. And I need all the women them to march and bring man them and children them. Okay?
I already sent for my shirt, Mr. Monica.
You're powerful. Take good care. God bless you.
Okay.
Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello.
Yeah. Good day, Mr. Monica. How are you doing?
I am fine.
Oh, that's great. I know you have a lot of the MP contacts, but I wanted to reach my MP for East Grand Bahama.
Who's your MP?
That's K. Peter Turdquist.
I have his number somewhere, but he is ducking and dodging these days. Okay? But
Oh, he's ducking and dodging.
yeah,
so his
because
number's
Aubrey
useless right now.
Stubbs, who is having lots of problem in the constituency, can't find him. All right? But call me back tomorrow. I'll see if I can...
Yeah, also one thing with the, I know a lot of people, I don't know how true it is, but I saw the post, a news update with, the Dominican...
Fishermen?
Yeah, who came and robbed those people. I don't know how, is it true or...
Well, I don't know. The Conky Joe man, the last real Conky Joe to call, he's going to check for me. And he has the ability to contact the fellas on the boat, and perhaps tomorrow he will call me and let me know. So I can't.
All right.
confirm.
Also, one last thing with North Korea. I know North Korea and the U.S. have some
Yes.
conflict right now.
Right.
They can't agree on anything at the moment. But what is your opinion on the whole situation?
I with Donald Trump, and all day I have been reading a document on how to survive an atomic bomb. So I have a couple of friends I'm trying to get together, and there's a guy named Ty Cohn. He's a big-time F&M. I'm going to ask him if he could give me 10 yard of sand. Because they say
All right.
if
So
you
will
hide
you be
in the
doing a
dirt,
segment on your show probably tomorrow or next week on you telling your viewers how to deal with a nuclear bomb?
yeah, I could do that next week because I believe the Americans have some atomic bomb in Andros. And I'm frightened because it appears that Kim Jong-il, grandson or son, he's getting closer to the U.S. And then knowing these people, the bomb might miss and drop in the Bahamas. You follow? But
I know Perry Christie was over there in Atlanta. He came back yet? Because I know you don't want to be in the U.S. right now.
Well, I think the U.S. might be the best place to be.
You think so?
I think so, but I'm not going. I'm going to stay here. Kim Jong is going to have to throw the atomic in Nassau. But I ain't going to America. But you take
All
good
right.
care.
God save the Queen, Moncott. Take care.
God save the Queen, my brother. Hello. Welcome to Freedom Match. Hello. blocked the phone. My spiritual advisor.
You're going to have to apologize to your text writers, man.
Okay.
We got over...
Read a couple of texts, quickly.
Gee, we got over 226 texts, man.
Read text tomorrow.
Yeah, you keep saying that. Every day we read
President
text.
Donald Trump.
See?
I support you. Please, don't allow the atomic bomb to come to the Bahamas. Because my people, we don't want to die. All right? Right? I'm with Donald Trump. Come, my spiritual advisor, you have text?
Good day, Mr. Monka. Calling from Abaco. Can you please give your input on the oil leak situation in Clifton? The Minister of Environment said on the news last night that there's nothing that can be done. Doesn't he recall when the Marathon situation came up, he used a whip against Fitzgerald during the election campaign. He said that he had solutions then. What happened now?
Listen, I'm having regrets. 43 years ago, I lift him up. He wouldn't leave me alone. Monka, lift me up. So I lift him up. But I regret it. I should have dropped him.
Oh, that's mean. Good afternoon, Mr. Monka and the spiritual advisor. My name is Adele, and I just want you to know that I am one of the woman them and all that. You have a powerful show. God save the Queen.
God save the Queen, my Negro sister.
That's the last text.
Get ready. It is time to march. I call on my people to get ready to march to defend the democracy. I call on the woman them to stand up and to inspire the nation to march. We have to march because the democracy is at stake. This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. If it is God's...
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.